You know what she
No,
said?
that's not
You know what
true
she
that she
said
doesn't
before this
feel
podcast
it.
episode? The first thing she said for this podcast episode is I told her the topic. She said, "Great, now I have to fake insecurities." That was the first thing. That was the first thing she said before this
Guys,
podcast
she
episode.
just cannot ruminate into feelings. Like, that is just not who she is.
Okay, in today's episode, we're talking about insecurity. So everybody, please let me know, what are things you've been insecure about in your life? Why has that made you feel insecure? How has it dictated the people you have relationships with, the way that you conduct yourself in both business and personal lives? And actually, I want to start off today's episode talking to Veer. Because what first made me notice insecurity was we were at a live show. And if you don't know, at live shows, the three siblings, Didi, Veer, and I, are always at the merch station before every show and after every show, greeting every single person who enters and exits. It's something we love to do to be able to get to know the community, also see what the fans are up to and make genuine connections, actually. And what I noticed was that oftentimes people will ask for photos. They'll want to take a photo with me, Veer, Didi, before the show, after the show, just to say what's up, maybe send to their kids or their other family. And what Veer was doing in these photos was that we would all stand there and Veer would get on his tippy toes. Now, I don't know why he would do this,
actually bringing this
but he
up.
would get on his tippy toes in every single photo for no reason. Like, me, Didi would be normal, we'd be smiling. Like, Veer would go and stand on his tippy toes in each photo to be like 2 inches taller than everybody else.
Even though he's already very tall.
Even though he's already very tall. So now, Veer, I guess the mic's in your hand. Why do you feel insecure about your height?
I actually cannot live with you. This is ridiculous. This is my least favorite part of our dynamic, like, ever. Let me explain. There's two reasons why I do it. The first one is that I love to instigate a reaction out of you. The fact that this is in your head still is actually like giving me a big smile because it clearly shows that the rage bait's working. Second of all,
you can't complain about it then if you initiate.
Second of all, when I'm like, this is the most simple answer ever, and it's just correct. And I know you're gonna think that it's stupid, but when I'm in the back of photos, I want to be in the photo. So standing on my tippy toes is part of, like, you just need to be in the photo. Like, I want my face to be in the photo. It's just that simple.
Okay, we'll put this one up for debate.
But why do you not believe that? Like,
because I've been in the photos with him. He does not need to be on it. Like, it'll just be us two on one side and somebody else on the other side. And for some reason, he'll just be on his tippy toes. Like, that's just something he does. It doesn't. He'll be.
You think he has something with you about the height?
I don't think it's not me. I think he feels like he.
Why
needs
don't
to
the
feel
two of you
taller.
stand up? I want to see who's taller.
Yeah, we can do that. Stand up.
Neither of us have shoes on.
All right.
All right, so we'll take a vote from the audience. Please tell us, audience, because
And keep in mind his hair.
yeah, keep in mind his hair, adjust for it all, and please tell us
Stop trying to put down your hair.
whom of the
Like,
two
what are you
boys,
doing to your hair? Okay.
Because
it
Veer's
down.
not insecure that
whom of
he
the
might
two
win
boys
this.
is
It's
taller.
not about his height.
I mean, they're
comparison to
both
me.
beautiful boys, so it's not a
It's
big deal.
about
who's taller.
why. It's about the fact that he just needs to appear taller in photos.
Bro,
That's
out of
the question.
every
He just
single-
explained that's
out
not
of
the case.
Every single insecurity to, like, pick on, that is just not
Listen,
one.
I noticed things. That's something I noticed.
Worthy at all.
Okay, anyways, moving back to the topic for everyone else, how was insecurity played in your life?
What is an insecurity really?
That's a good question. An insecurity, in my mind, is something that you feel self-conscious about enough to be able to change something about yourself. So
Like,
if
can you
you're-
be insecure about just always being right or like things like that?
Dude, like, what is...
Like, it just sometimes puts a lot of pressure on people, right? If they're just, not me, but some random person went to IIT, for example, right? A very few people get in, etc., and they're very insecure about how much intelligence they bear to the human community or humanity. Can you be insecure about that?
I mean, you technically could. Like, I don't want to dignify.
I'm not that person. I'm just saying if some random person did.
Okay.
It's more like if you feel insecure about your hairstyle, you wear a hat. So instead of walking around on the street like showing off the hair you're insecure about, you wear a hat. Or if you have a lot of pimples, you might wear a bunch of patches.
Why did you point out?
I didn't point to
You did. No, you pointed there. You have a bunch of pimples. That is what you
I
did.
did not point there.
You did do that. I noticed that too.
I did not point there. I swear to God, I did not point there.
Wait, are you like? I feel like you're picking one each for one of us at a time.
I did not point to her. Let the record show I didn't point to her. I was just making a point of what an
Why don't we do
insecurity
a
can look
poll?
like.
Did you think that Bridge was pointing to me or not?
Can we also get like an instant replay or something?
Or if you have a lot of pimples,
Or if you have a lot of pimples,
I was making a point. I'm never leading episodes again.
This is right.
This is too much pressure.
Did we just see a live example of heavy is the head that wears the crown? Did we just
You
see
can't
that?
scrutinize
I'm not
Who
gonna-
has the heavy head?
What? Him today. See, I'm never leading a show
Oh,
again.
okay.
Because when you're leading it and it's your job to shepherd everybody back to position,
Can
it
we
is
get a
very
poll
hard
on
position.
how awful or great it was for Bridge to lead episodes, so I know if this is something I should do ever
But
again?
can you just finish the whole series before they take a poll? I mean, you haven't done even 5 minutes of it so far.
You ask for a poll every 2 minutes. Like,
I have my special relationship with the audience. They like those polls from me.
My bad. Okay. Okay, so that's a physical insecurity, which is what I described with the hair. An emotional insecurity could be the fact that you think, for example, you're too nice to people and you let people walk over you. So you might be insecure about the idea that people just take advantage of you all the time.
So what about that? In the 3 generation of Garg men, there hasn't been one that beyond 35 had hair. Do you feel insecure about that?
I don't feel insecure about my hair, but I do feel a certain type of way of the fact that I think I will be bald in the future. It remains to be unseen whether I will.
No, he's not willing. He's not willing to let them shine. Matter of fact, if you want to call me out, I'll send those same shots your way. You are insecure about your hair.
Why?
I think you are, because I've seen you make changes to try and to extend the time period that you'll have your hair for.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
fair.
bald at 30.
Okay.
According to your definition,
Fine,
you
yeah.
fit.
You know
the
what? That's
description.
fair. I do feel a little bit scared that in the future.
Just use the word. No, say
Yeah, I
I'm a
said
little scared. That's not like
Take the little out. Say, I am scared.
No, I am not like scared like daily. I'm like freak. If I was freaking out, I'd go see a dermatologist. I'm not going like that scared. I am a tiny bit scared that in the future my hair will go away. So as a result, I'm changing the way I do my hair routine so I can add moisturizer to it so that my scalp breathes for longer. That's like not even an insecurity. That's just future planning.
It's also allowing his brain to breathe more, which there's nothing wrong with that, is what I'm saying.
Mom, let's get to you.
Yeah.
What are you insecure
So
about?
many things. So many things. My voice. My whole life I've
Really?
been
Your
told I'm
voice.
loud.
Voice.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what?
loud.
I've been told that my whole life too.
Have you really?
My entire
Not
life.
you.
Like,
In
who
school,
told you?
I swear to
Everybody's here.
I swear to God, this is probably the thing I was most insecure about, which is what I was gonna say, is I talk too loudly and I talk too fast.
Maybe this is a family problem because
No, it's not a problem. The world just doesn't want happy people.
No,
Like,
but I would
we're
get
excitable
Why is loudness the same
because
as...
you are never loud, but you're also not happy.
Wait, you can't. A sample size of 1, first of all. The almost statistician.
So it's sort of like, I mean, again, I don't want to counter it by driving all the intelligence and all that, but causality, and you understand what you just did there, right? You took 2 random facts and tried to combine them together to make it sound like
the
one
world
leads
is
together.
very comfortable with having somebody show up every day like, I was gonna kill myself, but today was not a good day. We walk in everywhere like, hello, how are you, everybody? And like, people can't handle positivity.
No, but in the hallways in high school and in college, also where the walls are very thin, I was constantly ridiculed, specifically ridiculed for having a loud voice. So I think what's
By
interesting,
girls, boys, or both?
everyone,
Yeah.
just that I was loud and you could also pick my voice out in a field because I had a very specific kind of voice. So I'm surprised. Even
I'm surprised by Brit.
But
I know
because
we've
I've
been
talked
picked
about
up,
it.
yeah.
I've talked about it with Mom, where she has told me that it's good that you have a loud voice. You made me feel better
You want me
about
to be
that.
honest? I have a reason for why I think I have a loud voice and why I've been called on it for many times. And I've told very select people this reason because I actually do believe this is true. I believe that when I was younger and like I used to hang out with a lot of older people, Didi, her friends, and just around, different groups of people and adults, I felt like I can never get my point across without
Yeah.
people taking me seriously.
Yeah.
And because of that reason, I always felt that when I do speak, it needs to be super fast and loud so I can get my full thought across before somebody cuts me off and to force people to pay attention.
That sounds
And I
like abuse. Was it Didi
I
who did?
actually truly believe that that's the reason why today I speak louder and talk faster. Because I can remember even today moments when I was in kindergarten or elementary school and I literally would just sit at a dinner table trying to make a point and nobody would take me seriously. So I actually do feel like for me that's why. And you being the youngest child and just generally you being the oldest, the first in this life, I wouldn't think that's that crazy for it to be shared amongst the 3 of us.
I mean, first of all, the dinner table conversations you're talking about were mostly with him and his family. But they don't really pay attention to you. So
Were they
you
not with your
feel like
friends?
you have to be
I have
loud.
no idea what she's talking about. My family is not even in America.
Yeah, but we went to India quite a bit when he was little.
Mom, you're
And
just.
before-
I don't know.
Can you just admit that you're just trying to get
No,
some
but
points
before
here?
he could say anything, Daddy would just shove a laddu in his mouth because it was all about like nobody wanted to hear what
He
he
was
was
the older
saying.
son. She was trying to feed him, so he turns out the way he did because he was somewhat malnourished at home.
He's not malnourished.
I was only the most nourished child in like history of children with how much broccoli we ate.
How much malnourished in our home with me, he's saying.
I know, and I'm saying I disagree.
What else comes to mind?
By the way, who did feed you mangoes one after the other, peeled them?
Can we not make this
I'm just
a
saying,
Dadi
Guys,
mother-in-law
every episode
shot?
cannot be about you and mom beefing. Like it
And
can't
then
be.
Dadi
Like, we
also.
cannot
is
talk
not-
about
I'm
it.
not
every
beefing. I
time.
didn't say a word. I
Wait,
didn't say anything.
we're not eating in the podcast.
I'm just like taking a little orange. What's the big deal?
What?
Like, I thought that's the purpose of these fruits here.
No,
I don't
it's
even
for
know if we can ignore
decor.
this. Like, do we have to? Like, how do we continue this episode with
No,
you
just
doing
keep going. He's gonna do his thing. Zoya, what are you insecure about? What are you insecure about, Veer?
I'm willing to like reveal and admit that I am insecure about many things. As I think people who are insecure about so many things will never admit it, which is why their insecurities continue to just keep growing. And step one is just accepting and realizing what they are insecure about. One thing that I used to be really insecure about actually is when we first started posting on social media. I think out of the three of us, besides Didi, so just other than Baya, I
And
took the
me.
biggest hit.
I used to hate being on social. Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah, but I started at a really young age, so
Yeah.
like getting comments from other kids in like second grade, that used to really hurt.
What were they saying?
It's just like, what do you think a second grader would say? Like,
Oh,
if you see that type of video.
yeah.
One other thing I actually am insecure about that's like very specific to our family is that when we transfer to public school, we are like a family that is gifted to be able to have such like a beautiful lifestyle. And there's obviously a lot of poorer families in public school. And actually being on like the wealthier side of the like general population in a public school can actually be embarrassing sometimes.
Like,
Because
Yeah.
you're viewed a lot
That's
differently.
so true.
I agree with that.
Like kids will throw around the word rich a lot, and that's something that's hurt.
And you know what? That could be them sprouting their own insecurity too. Like, it's not just about like. That's the other thing I wanted to bring up, which might even be more important than your own insecurities, is how do you deal with other people's insecurities? Because everybody has insecurities. He's right. I actually think that was really mature of you to admit to your own insecurities. Like, everyone has insecurities, and they show up in so many different ways.
I mean, I have a lot of experience in dealing with other people's insecurities, I have to say.
Dad,
And
can
have to
you admit one insecurity before you
you have
start
to be
making
kind,
jokes?
you have to
Dad,
be soft.
No.
You have to be accepting.
Okay.
You have to inspire them, you know, and things
He's
like
reading
I
that.
think
a lot
one
of
thing you
fiction
can do
he's reading.
as a person to demonstrate extremely high levels of emotional intelligence is have the ability to recognize when somebody is feeling insecure in a moment and be able to give them that uplifting push that they need to be as successful as a person as they can be.
Do a little self-reflection. Is there anything that you're insecure about?
I guess I was always insecure about my height.
Oh.
Yeah, I was always short-statured. You know, I'm really happy that my boys are tall, or at least at American averages, which is Indian tall.
Did it change when you came to America? Because in India, the average height isn't very tall. Or
Yeah,
was it throughout your life?
but by that time I was grown up too, and I started making a lot of money, and so you know all of that sort of compensated for. You didn't feel that much about it. I was talking more like at the age group from 12 to 18,
Okay.
6-7 years of that time. But I was never insecure about being bald, for example, somehow for reasons I can't explain. I have friends who also went bald at a young age like me, and they were very insecure about it, but I was not. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what else I can point out to, but
Well, it's kind of sounding like everyone on this podcast, like all your guys' lives are so great, and I'm like the only one who like who said anything.
This is like a real life demonstration of how incapable people are of pointing out their own insecurities.
Yeah, like
it actually is. I feel
Wait,
like
I'm
everyone-
insecure about so many things. I am waiting for my moment
go
to
ahead.
shine.
No, it's your
Because
turn.
the whole episode will be consumed by me and my insecurities. So I have two kinds of insecurities. I have day-to-day insecurities, and I have long-term
categorized that.
insecurities. Yes. I am a very reflective person.
the first was day to day, and the second one was
is like long-term, you know, generational insecurity.
Stop laughing. You're supposed to support.
No, because she knows. She knows we talk about them ad nauseum. We do. Okay, so for example, today, a day-to-day insecurity was I was in this humongous meeting with the president of like a national retailer who I'm trying to get a back to school deal with, which I'm going to be honest with. So you'll either see that I do it or you'll see that I don't do it. So
Wait, why would I be fist bumping you? You're not doing anything.
Mom, let her speak. Okay, guys, can we
She's
let
so
her have
giggling.
her
Yeah,
moment?
we're sorry. It's your.
no, she knows. She
Wait,
knows
you're
how
being
bad it is.
honest and vulnerable. We're trying to support you.
He reached his arm here, so I was about to do this.
For what? Okay, Didi, continue.
Okay, so it is literally 200 degrees outside. And I was already, I don't get nervous because I'm a very assertive person when it comes to talking about money and deals, but it was just so hot outside and I was carrying 10 bags. I was so nervous. I was sweating all over my skin and I was worried that I looked not put together during this meeting. So I was very insecure about my sweating. It just was.
Yeah,
I was like,
no.
so I was
Really?
like positioning my body
No, a
in
lot of
bizarre
people
ways.
do.
Yeah.
Actually,
So it
one
was
of
an
like the
in-person
biggest.
meeting.
It was an in-person.
One of the biggest insecurities I notice between kids my age right now is smelling bad.
Yeah.
And I think that's something
Yeah.
that social media has really like
No, but that's not
accelerated.
a social media
No,
thing.
I know, but like
if you smell
if
bad,
you think
you smell
you
bad.
think of kids from like the 1990s, like that's not like the biggest thing. You don't think like everyone is super
we
worried
still
about
have
stuff.
No,
to take
their
a shower
generation
and clean up.
is
Our generation is a
more
lot
health-focused. Like,
more
gym
hygiene
usage is
focused.
up. Smoking
Hygiene
and alcohol is
focused.
down. Like they're much more hygienic.
It's part of
focused.
looks maxing.
Yeah, it actually
That
is.
was good.
No,
Guys, what would you say?
looks maxing.
I wanted to say one more
Maximizing.
thing
You
on
You have
this,
no idea what
on this
that
topic.
means. Why are you nodding your head?
I mean, it just sounds about okay. Looks
You just like
maximizing your
motion
looks.
the camera. No way.
I think at some point, differentiating between like insecurities and coping has become so hard to do for me as I'm trying to become a stronger person. Because one thing I've also thought I can't differentiate. I've thought that like our lives of being on the road has had a toll on my social life with all my peers. But I don't know if that means I'm just not doing enough socially or if that means it's actually been affected. So that's something I struggle with too.
Well, do you feel insecure about your social life?
To some extent, it's nothing crazy, but like I just don't know like where do we draw the line at I'm not doing enough versus like,
I am insecure about that too.
I'm the victim of this situation.
Socially,
Let him have his moment. Like
I'm
stop.
just saying I don't wanna
What are
forget.
the worst
The
things you
bar
can
with
do?
him is on the floor. He does nothing socially. What is he
Hold on.
insecure
Stop,
about?
stop, for one second. The worst thing you can do when someone is talking about their experiences or what they're upset about or what they're insecure about is try to make the situation about you and how you relate or how you have the same experience. It should never be like that. You're taught so often to make it so much more about them and try to understand why they're feeling the way they do before you say, "Oh, I did this." It's like if your friend's father passes away, that's a terrible thing. The worst thing for you to do in that moment is to be like, "Oh, my father passes away too, so I know exactly how you feel right now. And I know exactly what to do in this situation." Yes, it could be helpful to bring up later and to bring up potential next steps, but you have to help validate what they're saying in the moment and speak to them in that moment. And what you just did was when he was sharing his moment, you just immediately said, "Oh, I am too, so let's talk about me." When it
Thank you,
should be about
ChatGPT.
them.
He does that all the time. Bridge said he does it all the time. It's
Can we boot him from this episode? I can't deal with him today.
Thank you, Claude. Thank you,
Okay.
ChatGPT.
You're welcome.
Can we dig a little deeper?
Deeper,
though?
yeah, I agree.
Let Beard speak.
No, I finished what I was trying to say. I just think like my final statement was where do we draw the line between, I hate using this word victim because it sounds so much worse than it actually is. Where do we draw the line between I need to be doing more versus I am the victim of this situation?
But if you're the victim, does that make work the perpetrator?
No,
do
that
you
makes
feel
that
like-
makes
I felt like you were being the almost therapist.
Oh,
That's why I
no.
asked our producer
That
to
makes the
source an almost
perpetrator
therapist hat.
like outside factors. The perpetrator would be like us needing money, so we have to go on the road. Like that would be the perpetrator. I
But
guess
you're a kid, so you shouldn't
I-
feel the burden of like you have to sacrifice your social life for work.
No, but he does. He
mean,
does.
like, at some
He
point I
has
do.
to.
Like,
He
we
has
need to make
He
money.
has
We're
to
just,
work
like,
with
doing
us.
Are both of you guys literally incapable of doing anything therapeutic at all? Like at all?
This is therapeutic.
That's why it's called almost therapy.
What made you say that?
Because mom will let him like have his own thoughts about any experience. She says, "No, you have." That is the worst thing. He's trying to explain why he feels a certain way he does, and mom goes, "No, he has no choice. He has to feel that way."
Child labor is a very accepted thing in India.
Dad, what are you talking? All right.
This is like the
I'm just
worst.
saying it's okay. At least he's not doing physical labor. Like
He is doing physical labor, by the way.
his hands are too big to be able to do those little knitting thing stuff. So he just shows up physically. What's the big deal?
Is this how it is in everyone's family? Like, this has to be. I don't even understand how we're like at this point.
And it's 1 out of 3. I mean, 2 of you only started as adults, right? He's the only one doing child labor.
Let's take a brief moment to tell you about our sponsor for today's episode, ZocDoc. Have you ever felt like you need medical help after hours? How many things can you squeeze in between 9 and 5, the same hours that you have to work? You got to deal with your kids. You got to deal with the rest of your family. ZocDoc makes it easy. And you know what? When you're done finding an amazing doctor, that diamond in the rough that you've been waiting to find, you will be so happy. You will raise your hand and tell everybody else that this problem is now solved. You'll go back to your kids and be like, I took care of this today because it's been pending. And they're watching you blow off your own health. Listen, you don't have to tell me. Our lives as a mom, it's all like puzzle pieces. When are you going to squeeze in the time to figure out your own health or your kids' health or your husband's health or whatever? But it can all be done. And I am telling you that in the end, that feeling when something is handled and you know that you feel good, that is worth it all. ZocDoc is a free app and website that helps you find and book high-quality in-network doctors so you can find someone you love. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/Zarna to find and instantly book a doctor you love today. That's ZocDoc.com/Zarna. ZocDoc.com/Zarna. Thanks, ZocDoc, for sponsoring this message.
I want to ask you a question, Veer. Do you feel like you want to have a bigger social life and you sacrifice a lot for work?
To some extent, yes. Like, that's just the honest answer.
Yeah, like,
I think the sacrifices were worth it though. That's a whole different like question. I think I did make those sacrifices, but I wouldn't do anything differently.
I feel this question was not correctly framed. Let me reframe the question.
Okay.
There you go. Go ahead.
What?
Frame
I mean,
it. She will frame it in a way where the answer will be like,
Do you feel that it was in the best interest of you, Veer Garg, to spend your weekends learning how to sell, learning how to build a business?
how is he
learning
supposed to answer this question? Except for saying yes.
this is insane.
Yeah, but I'm filling the question out. If he feels like, no, I would have been in my best interest.
Wait, I
Do
actually
you
think,
think the
that's a
mother
good issue.
on this couch is manipulative towards her child labor son?
How do you feel about what's going on right now? Like, I feel disappointed, like, to the highest degree I've ever felt in a podcast episode right now.
What?
Because
What?
Veer's genuinely getting to specific things about how his child is shaped. He is a child now. He will not be a child forever. If he does not have social relationships now, those relationships are never coming back. And those moments where you don't worry about work are never coming back. I'm 20 years old now. I think about money almost every single day to the highest degree for how we can build it. We just get into an argument every morning about business. That's not going to change. Me being 14 and being able to hang out with my friends, that's the only time where you feel that free in your life to do that. And you are literally not letting him explain to the lowest degree at all about that.
I think about this a lot. You can't take the good without the bad. And one thing that I think is true is I'm glad Veer's expressing his insecurity. And again, I have a long list, so this episode is going to be long. Like, we haven't even gone into my long-term insecurities. So like, let's buckle up, eat some popcorn, and get ready. But like with Veer, I think, you know, pressure is what creates diamonds. There's so many idioms about this. The reason that Veer is the 14-year-old that people admire so much is because he's at a show every weekend speaking in front of thousands of people. The reason he got into Stuyvesant is because he is just learning how to manage his time the way that, honestly, someone like Michael Jordan would. Like, I actually do believe that. And so what I'm saying is that I actually don't feel disappointed because I think that you can't get Veer Garg without the 10 million things that Veer Garg.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
not.
Like, I would never ever sacrifice that trade-off.
Yeah.
Because the good things that it's brought me, and I know in the future will bring me that I haven't even been able to view yet, are absolutely, like, they're unnegotiables that I need to have.
But all you guys are doing is pointing out your perspective on how good it is when you're not even listening to the side that they
You're
could
saying,
be
do I
bad.
feel disappointed in mom?
No,
about me?
I'm not saying.
He's sitting right here.
No, I'm not saying disappointed in parents. I'm saying disappointed in the way you guys are handling the situation because you guys aren't even acknowledging the fact that his social life has been sacrificed.
I did
agree.
acknowledge it.
I agree.
Also, hold on.
I did.
I just want to clarify that, like, I'm not just sitting in my room all day, and I'm not just like some. Like, I do have a social life. It's just to what degree is it?
Yeah,
Is what
and
just
all
trying
I'm
to say.
saying is like we should at least talk about. You guys are even like you framed the question. Oh, Veer, do you feel that making money is the most important
But
thing?
you
And
didn't help
Didi's
me finish the
I
second
don't need
half.
to hear the second half of your
Was
question.
very
It was not going to
relevant.
be
No,
very
it wasn't
relevant.
gonna be relevant.
And then Didi comes, and I agree with everything you're saying. It is so he is a role model for like young children and even adults all over the world right now, including India, including other
you.
continents and everything. There's no question about that. But you guys aren't even able to listen to the fact that there's another side.
The thing is that mom just can't ruminate into feelings. Like, she really can't. She actually does not have that ability, which
She has no feelings.
You know what
No,
she said?
that's not
You know
true
what
that
she
she
said
doesn't
before
have
this
feelings.
That's what
podcast
you just
episode?
said.
The first thing she said for this podcast episode is I told her the topic. She said, "Great, now I have to fake insecurities." That was the first thing. That was the first thing she said before this
guys,
podcast
she
episode.
just cannot ruminate into feelings. Like, that is just not who she is.
Veer,
I also do think that mom thinks so far into the future
Yeah.
that like we've all already accepted the fact that like I'm an adult, which means that like I don't need to have a social life because like adults, it doesn't really matter for adults.
No, that's so
like
true.
to some degree she doesn't understand, but that's fine because the lessons that I've been able to learn are so like invaluable.
No, but I see what you're saying. He's now trying to create a positive spin out of what could have been an opportunity for him to actually reflect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
Exactly.
it. I get it.
So what are your long-term insecurities?
What, you've been waiting?
Yeah,
That makes me so excited because I
I'm-
thought no one was interested.
I'm curious.
No, I want to hear
I
it.
Because that whole-
noticed-
that
I
whole,
noticed
like-
no
No
one
idea
followed
what's
the
gonna
topic.
fall out of your mouth.
Sweating thing was just like not very exciting. Make it a little bit more.
Really? Because I feel like that's
Everybody
relatable.
sweats. Every human sweats. What's so special about your sweating? But you know, not every human is bald. Not every human is same size. Not every human
I'm
is.
thinking about that scene in Avatar: The Last Airbender where where the Katara starts using her sweat to come out of the
Yeah,
cage.
yeah. That's
Shout out to my favorite show.
a great reference.
No, she literally starts water bending her sweat so that she can exit a prison cell, and it's really badass. I mean, I'm insecure about the fact that I don't think I'm ever gonna find a romantic partner ever. It feels. I'm very scared of this. Yeah, I know, Dad. I mean, I feel similarly. I think I have this insecurity that I'm too much. You know, because I think when you are trying to do anything that requires you to be in a leadership position, you have to be the fullest extent of the version of yourself. You know, there's no room for, I can't be the kind of person that's like waking up really early and like working all the time and then also be the kind of person where I can tone it down and speak indirectly and just kind of have fun. Like, I'm not a fun person. I'm just not. I'm not fun. And so that makes me
You've
sad.
taken after your mother in that
oh,
respect.
right, the stand-up comic.
No, and another thing,
That was funny.
and like, for example, another thing that like makes me insecure is like my social media is such a caricature of myself, you know, like I'm very authentic and real, but you know, we do family dynamic videos where I play the super anxious daughter and I'm insecure that someone will look at that who might be interested in me romantically and is like, whoa, what's going on there? I mean, I had an ex-boyfriend that told me that my Instagram presence was embarrassing. So I guess that comes from a real place of,
Whoa.
you know, that did
I'm
happen.
glad that guy is an ex.
Aww, that's cute.
Like,
But
wanna,
at the same
hold
time-
on, Dad, I want to say something. Like, I want to honestly say, and this isn't just for the podcast or anything. This is something I've been meaning to tell you. I have seen you grown so much as a social media presence, and I know I said in a previous episode that like you were kind of weighing mom down emotionally, and I've seen you like take yourself out of situations to make sure that she can focus on getting the job done while you can focus on your emotions, and I'm really proud of you for doing that.
Wow. What an amazing observation. Because that's true. She's not been actually imposing on her mother emotionally as much as she used to as much as 6 months ago. She took it seriously. You're
Thank you
absolutely
so
right.
much, Vera. That was great feedback, honestly.
Not only that, you've really overcome your fear of social media.
Yeah.
You were fearful of it 5 years ago.
Can you help people? What got you
What
to do
helped
that?
you? Yeah, actually,
mean-
let me ask you. Can you help people?
I mean, I was like, for the record, like 5 or 6 years ago, I was terrified of posting on Instagram. Terrified. I mean, I would shake before I would post. And now I just post a lot. I post a lot of different stuff. Sometimes I like it and I keep it. Sometimes I take it down. I've been imposing really great limits on my like staying on social media. And I actually was talking about this with Mom, but when I was growing up and social media was coming out, I was told that posting on Instagram was the equivalent of posting in a billboard in Times Square. That everything you posted was going to last forever and your value as a person would immediately degrade if you posted on Instagram. That was actually what I was told by experts that were brought into my school to teach us how to use Instagram. And I get it. At the time when it was nascent, it was something that you had to be fearful of because we didn't know what it was going to become. Today, the landscape of social media has changed so much. If you post, you're lucky if one person sees it. You really are lucky if one person even comments. And so I got over my fear of social media by one, doing it more, just doing it, just being in the pursuit of doing it. Two, seeing it as a business tool. I've created so many business relationships because of social media. I mean, I've seen immediate before and after in terms of how I've been respected in the industry from whether or not I was using it. And by the way, using it doesn't mean that you have to be good at it. So for example, we started the sibling show 8 weeks ago on a whim where we just live stream on Instagram. The fact that we as siblings are doing it matters more to brands and to partners than how many people are tuning in. Because there's so few people actually doing it and actually trying that if you're actually doing it, like, you're like in the 1%, because, you know, it's pretty incredible. In fact, I'm going to end this point soon. I know I'm kind of on a tangent, but there's this principle in computer science where when social media platforms were created, in order for a social media platform to succeed, it needs to look like there's new content generating every single day. But actually, the totality of how many people are consuming content versus creating, it's literally like if your finger is all the people using social media, it's literally a cell of people creating consistently. It's a cell. You can't even see it. Even though when you're scrolling, you're like, everyone's posting. There's so many people posting. But really, that's been designed so that no social media platform looks like a ghost town. That's when a social media platform fails and it no longer looks like a business. Anyways, I think that I got
Zoya,
over.
do you regret any one of your past relationships that ended, wishing one of them had not? Without naming or talking about the person itself, but when you move on, do you really just move on?
No. No. I'm still thinking about the last person I was with, to be honest, who was definitely not the right person for me, but I definitely still think about it, and I'm sad
What about you,
it.
Beta, Zoya, as a bridge?
Why are you
When you
smiling?
move on, do you move on or do you not really move on?
I would say typically I move on.
But
But yeah, in my last relationship, I have not moved on sufficiently to the point where I wish I would have. And it remains to be seen whether I think that person was the right person or not for me.
But Bridge, here's the problem also. Going back to fears and insecurity, we don't have the energy and time to be taking enough reps and shots at actually putting ourselves out there. And
I think I've taken enough shots and reps.
No, I don't think so. I've taken a lot of shots.
My shots have like went in the basket.
oh my god, like, is this a conversation I want to hear about this, what you guys are talking about?
So it's like
okay.
I know. My point being like I know.
So Bridge is just
What-
the hot guy.
I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying I know.
Are you saying that you're yourself out?
No,
Because-
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I've been on dates with people I found interesting, and I've also like seen what types of girls I know I like to hang out with more.
Why
which
aren't
is
you
why-
insecure about sending those shots? That's like a big
like-
insecurity people deal
Yeah.
with. People are super insecure about
By the way,
Because-
I'm not insecure about taking shots. I feel like I should be insecure about how few shots have succeeded, actually, because I've taken lots of shots. I thought we were in the same.
But it does not sound like that.
No,
but
it doesn't. I feel like I should be really insecure.
I don't even know what we're talking about right now.
They're talking about hooking up with random kids.
No, he's hooking up.
Only you are taking it that way.
Dad lives in some Hollywood land.
The last thing we should talk about is how do you fight against or
Yeah.
get open to or get over insecurities?
You name it.
And you name it. You just say like
Wait,
for
I
me-
came up with that, but
Wait, okay, so what do you guys think? You just think, okay, bang, like I know I'm insecure.
No,
about
that's
this,
not that.
flesh
It doesn't
out.
end there. There's many steps, and there's many different paths
Okay.
too. We have to recognize that. The first step, I think, in the most efficient path is naming it.
Okay.
Like you have to do that. It's
Like
it's
just
a
like
part of
say
it.
to yourself,
I
insecure
believe
about this.
validation from someone that you respect can go a long way in elevating an insecurity.
110%.
Even though in the last 10 or 12 or 15 years, your mother has not done that, but the first 10, 12 years, she did that all the time for me. And that was very helpful.
Aww.
That was really sweet.
Wait, why is that sweet? That's like not a good thing to be hearing.
No, that is. Because I agree. I feel like mom was an instrumental.
Now, if you get that
component.
validation from, someone who is like dumb as like a peppermint, that doesn't mean anything,
doesn't
right?
mean
So it has to be validation of
I mean,
someone
I
who's
still
doing
think
Dumb
it
as a
means something,
peppermint?
but it doesn't mean as much as it comes
What
from
happened
someone
to
you respect.
peppermint?
I agree.
So
Try to validate
your mom?
inadvertently, you just gave mom a compliment.
Why inadvertently? I was trying to give an explicit compliment, but only for the first decade or so of the marriage.
Yeah, that's why I said that's not what we want to hear.
But it's cute that that was like how it was, because I agree that, we all agree
Yeah,
that
I mean,
you
all
wouldn't
my
have had to-
crossroads of career and this, that, and the other, interviewing for tough jobs and so on. She was very validating.
You ask for no validation.
I don't need it. I've been flying solo 35 years. I'm done. I'm done getting any external validation.
Hold on, flying solo. You and I.
No, but
you and me
but
agreed.
you guys are my
Except
kids.
for your immigration. That did get done because of your spouse. Can we accept that?
Oh my God! Now, how did this become?
Because
yes.
it was a big deal at the time.
Yes, it got done because of you. Yes. Are you happy now?
And not like through some 10-year-long process, but through some
Yes.
extraordinary ability type thing.
Yes. He got me the green card. so I
Something
could-
that you were struggling
Oh
with for
my
15
God,
years
we're never
leading up
gonna
to
get
that
out
point.
of this. Yes. Can we come back to where we
Wait, I
were?
wanted to hear the rest of your point there.
I mean, she was very insecure about her immigration at
Oh
the
my
time.
God! Now it's
This is unbelievable. This is gonna go down as history as like the bottom 5 finance dad episodes.
I want to finish because you're thinking when I said flying solo,
Yeah.
that you meant, but we are all with you. That's not what I meant. There's a level of responsibility that I have when you guys are around me, which obviously you guys are around me all the time and we're building together. But I am the parent and you guys are the children. Just like I am the boss of our company and everybody else works with me or for me, right? So that means that the person who sits at the top is alone. And I've been flying so... I figure out how to get a visa to come to America. I figure out how to do even the visa to move to America, which you got for us, was a journey. I mean, even though it moved fast and all, and you did take control for once in your life.
The country just invited me. What could I say?
Okay, all right. Anyway, everything that I've had to do, a lot of it I've had to do alone, and I just assume that, you know what it is? I have an assumption in my head since childhood that everybody likes me unless otherwise very clearly specified. I just have
Very
to
clearly said. Like
not
someone
even
saying,
like-
I don't like
yeah,
you.
not even that wouldn't really trigger me. I would be like, they're having a moment. Because you have to believe that the world wants you. The thing is that otherwise, as a woman, as a short woman, as an immigrant, the father that I had, everything was a problem. Every single thing I lived with, that I created, that I stood for, was a problem. So I just decided to disregard him entirely. You have to believe that the world wants you and you belong in that space in order to be in that space. So many people today ask me, like, don't you get nervous? Radio City Music Hall, Madison Square Garden, TD Garden. So anyway, the point being that that's what I meant when I said I fly solo. I didn't mean that you're not with me, but it is just factually what it is, that I'm the parent, you guys are the kids, and that when shit hits the fan, it's my responsibility to get us all in and out of it safely. And I'm you know me, I live with that responsibility.
I'll be the first to say the one and only person's validation in this world that I truly care about is mom's.
Yeah.
And when she validates you, it is like the most gratifying feeling. But I don't want you to validate me like every day. I don't want it every month. I only want it when I win. But hearing you acknowledge that win or say like, I see something in you, that means like the world to me. It
my
like gives you
God.
so much fuel.
It's literally like,
She has them under her thumb, clearly.
Well, you just said that you used it for
The
10
first
years.
10 years, yes.
Dad.
Okay, anyways.
Literally
Wait,
just said
when you think, last thing, when you think of like every single, like one of the first greats of the world in history that come to your mind, they all were people who emerged out of insecurity. So insecurity can also create a lot
Absolutely,
of strength,
yeah.
which we didn't talk
Yeah,
about in
it
this
can
episode.
create anger,
Like
which can be good.
anger can be channeled to positive energy. Actually, Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, which I'm sure led to a lot of insecurity, and many consider him the greatest person to ever touch a basketball. Insecurity really can strengthen you too.
greater than and LeBron, but yeah.
Okay, I feel like this episode has been full of so many great moments. This is actually, believe it or not, one of my favorite episodes of all time. So I highly recommend sharing this episode with your friends, with your family, maybe even talking about the insecurities you and your family have when you're watching it with them or when you come back home from work. I know a lot of people watch when they're on the car ride or maybe vacuuming their house. So I'm really happy that we had this discussion. I actually hope we can do a part 2 of this discussion because I feel like we got a lot out of this. Believe it or not, we laugh a lot and we make a lot of jokes, but I do believe I learned a lot about everyone today. So with that, I'm ending today's episode. This was our episode on insecurity. Thank you so much for listening. And now we're going to move into Good Grades with Gargs, where we assign each member of this every member of this Garg family assigns an A grade to who they believe had the best moment, the most shocking moment, the most funny moment, the most entertaining moment of the episode. Who wants to go first?
I'm going to give mine to Didi. I think that the security with which she tabulates and deals with her insecurities makes her the most secure person as far as I'm concerned. And it is my prediction that she will not only find love, but she will find love with a man that will just blow her mind away. So
I'm going to give my A grade to Veer. I think he definitely deserves today's A grade with the sentiment he shared about Didi. I absolutely could not agree with what he said more about how she has overcome to a large degree her fear of social media. She has been 100 times less of a burden on my mom when it comes to being on the road. And you know, they have thought about that a lot behind the scenes about how Didi will get really upset and mom will have just finished a show and be tired but have to deal with it. And you have genuinely made an active difference. And it's really, really inspiring to see as your younger brother. So I want to absolutely acknowledge and second that
oldest son
point.
is more appropriate, but sure.
I'm absolutely also going to give an F grade to Dad. I thought he was abysmal this episode. I thought it was borderline impossible to have him on this episode. But it was really useful to see how dads interact with families during moments like this. Anyways.
As the host of this episode, did you find it challenging?
Yes, I found it really challenging.
Does it give you more empathy for mom?
It absolutely does, because I crashed out on Dad 8 times as the host of this episode. I see why you do it now too. Because I'll ask.
Also, imagine getting the shot sent at you, like all of those as the host.
It's actually very difficult.
I'm gonna give my A grade to Veer because I really appreciated that he held me accountable in a previous episode. And I also want to tell Bridge an honorary A that he did a great job as the almost therapist.
Thank you.
Today.
I'm going to give my A grade to Bridge, my oldest son, because he had the foresight to choose this topic. Earlier
Well, he
today,
actually did choose it because he wanted to send that shot at me for
whatever his
the
reason
like
may
stuff,
be.
but
Whatever his reason may be. He said to me in the afternoon that I think a lot of people will relate to the topic of insecurity, and it would be a great thing to open up, even though it may be painful for us to talk about our own insecurities. And for that, and for many other reasons, Bridge, because you are building a bot for us, you're an A+ in biology, and you're a mathematician, and you have the abs. Show them your abs. Show them. No, let them reinforce you. So for a lot of reasons, he deserves a lot of accolades, and today's A+ grade. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm last. I'm also gonna give my A grade to Baya. I think you led this episode very well.
Thank you.
You made sure that we didn't get into any dry places, and I think you definitely did really help me open up with being this is the first time I've been able to speak this way about my past and current experiences to the family.
Ooh.
So
Veer always says things that just blow people's minds away. Okay.
absolutely. So anyways, that was our episode about insecurity. If you enjoyed this episode, like I said, please show it to your friends, family, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button so you can see more episodes like this. We love talking about these topics and getting it in front of you. Hit the like button, turn the notifications on, share with everybody. Is that enough promo?
Yes.
Good
Share
job.
with everybody. So anyways,
Like the
thank you so
episode.
much for listening. This is the Garg family. See you next time.
You know what
Bye.
would get people to subscribe is if you showed your abs.
You get out of here.
I'll add a picture.